Okay. Hello everyone out there in the digital world. Um, Welcome to our monthly members meeting, council meeting. Um, I want to just give a short explanation of what to expect in this meeting. Um, we are recording this session. It's open to all members in good standing. This is a working council meeting. We're following a tight agenda, so comments and chats from membership should be reserved until the end, at the open forum. Time will be set aside for members to make comment at that time. This is a little bit of an exception, so we'll be updating you on how to contribute your comments shortly in an email. Um, Moving on, an executive session will conclude each council meeting. Executive session is only used to discuss an item of a sensitive nature that could directly harm the success of our collective co-op or would infringe on the rights of privacy of a staff member or member owner. So we'd like to just move forward with a check for agenda amendments. Do we have any of those? Okay, so let's move right into our meeting. Siobhan, did you want to go through the slides or would you like to?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's fine. We can go
Okay.
through the committee reports first, and then we can do like high level updates after. That's fine.
Okay.
Before we get to that, I'll just go over our membership numbers. So our membership is at 1,298 members, of which 267 are Solidarity members. Um, we actually had a new member join this week, and their name is Suzanne. So welcome, Suzanne. Thanks for joining us. And that's our membership numbers. I'll move us into the committee reports, and then I just had a couple bullets on like our high level updates, but we can go over that after. So
Okay.
for our finance report, work since the last meeting, which was in April, we and our accountant, our bookkeeper and I were reconciling our 2024 and 2025 budget. And we had an issue with our grant funds that we were working to fix. So we fixed that, which was really good. And we also removed old council members whose term ended from our bank accounts. And for our next reporting period, we're working on creating the 2026 budget. Our account balances in the checking is 144,661. Our member equity is $100,036, and in our GWI grant reserves is 260,000, which we haven't um used at all yet. So that's being held by GWI, which is our fiscal sponsor. And I'll pass it to Christina to do the marketing and communications reporting side.
Awesome. Thanks, Siobhan. Let me just pull up the slide really quick for Marcom. So we've been working so far on a rebrand of everything. We hit 4K followers on Instagram, which was really exciting. We're also currently working on a new content strategy to focus on better engagement. On average right now for engagement on Instagram, we're reaching 1,000 accounts per post, with 76% of those accounts being from our followers. And then our goals for our next reporting period, we're working on a website rebrand right now, growing engagement by 20% on Instagram. And then for our e-newsletter, we're seeing really good engagement right now, but we would like to get it up to 50% for our open rate and 2% click-through rate for our e-newsletter. And then producing new marketing materials for community outreach. And then in terms of expenses, we had our Nourish and Flourish event where we spent around $33 for our printed materials for the dinner. And we'll hopefully be able to have more expenses that we can talk about in terms of advertising and the rebrand for the next reporting period.
Amazing. Thank you. All really exciting stuff on the
Mhm.
marketing side. Um, so for governance, since our last reporting period, we held our onboarding for new council members, which we're really excited to introduce in our upcoming newsletter next week. but also hopefully on our next open council meeting, all of the new faces will be there. So super excited to bring everybody on board. We also completed our taxes. Again, lots of things that were kind of uh I guess just through transition and people coming in and out, um, tying up loose ends. But we were able to complete that. I realized I definitely should have put that in the finance report section. So my apologies, that belongs there. But that's been completed. And we also completed offboarding for the former council members. And I also shadowed Erica from the High Falls Food Co-op. She's the grocery manager. High Falls is about 20 minutes away from us, and they've been really supportive and a really great resource for us just over the years as a co-op that's kind of been helping us along the way. And so our goal is to keep that relationship going and also connect our new board members, hopefully new staff in the future with them, and just again sharing what they've learned is on the grocery side and even just on the personnel, like best practices and vendors and all things like that. So they've been really, really great to connect with. And I got to go work with them for a couple of hours, which was really cool and also really intense because they got like a huge delivery that day and we're like unpacking it, bringing it up the conveyor belt, putting it in the freezers, bringing it back down. Like, but it was really cool. And it's also just super cool to learn from Erica. She's super knowledgeable and great at what she does. So that was really fun. I'm hoping that again the rest of the folks on the team can also meet them and connect with them in the future. Additionally, our work for the next reporting period is identifying new roles. So like I said, we're bringing on new people. Um, we had an onboarding session last week, but we really want to figure out like the gaps of work and the skill sets that the new people are bringing on and how can we put people in position to succeed and also bring us forward in this work. So identifying new roles for the council members and then also um, identifying pros and cons for prospective mini market locations. So we've talked a lot about CCE, but as this new group comes on, we need to come together and like analyze the pros and cons of that space, also other ones that are becoming available in this area. So yeah, I actually put together in our notes, which I'll share at our next, well, it's in the document that you guys can see, but but we need to do like a pros and cons for all the prospective locations. And then expenses for this period was just the cost of the breakfast for the council onboarding and then the postage for mailing the taxes and some forms to the accountant. Um, sorry, that was my section was super long. And last slide is for Elizabeth. And
Okay.
so I realized that um, I didn't share my screen, but that's okay because we're gonna send the report out and we'll also attach the video to it, so it's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. That was super clear and awesome. Um, so I'll just read off the education, outreach, and development part. Um, so summary of the committee work since last report. Some of the bullets are the Nourish and Flourish dinner, which was held on June 27th at the CCE Pop-Up Cafe. And another is that we planted 4.5 ish beds of veggies at the South Pine Street City Farm, and that we are continuing to maintain pretty much, just assisting and partnering with the stewards there, Joel and Trish, to maintain all of the beds. So weeding and watering and that kind of thing, just to sort of create an environment where we can host our workshops and also distribute food from out of that farm that we harvest. So that kind of leads into goals and projections for next reporting period. Um, there will be a Let's Eat workshop at the garden, led by Diana Seiler. And then we'll also be looking at distributing some of those veggies, coming up with methods for doing that in addition to the workshop. And then we'll be planning our next Nourish and Flourish dinner for the next quarter, and we'll be promoting Anne Marie's workshop in the garden in August and beginning developing more strategies for membership outreach with new council members. So that's pretty much what we have. And then as far as the expenses, the Nourish and Flourish dinner in terms of the food that we provided and the accoutrements and all of the supplies that were needed came to about $400. And then the South Pine Street Garden, just in purchasing the seedlings and the soil and the materials needed to plant those beds, came to 200. So that's what we have for that department.
Awesome. Thank you, Elizabeth.
Mhm.
And just some high-level updates, as I kind of mentioned, onboarding 3 new council members, which you guys will get to meet at our next open council meeting. And we're also going to send out introduction to them in next week's newsletter. And then I also linked the pros and cons template that I want to put on our next on our meeting for this upcoming Thursday for us to work on, and then we could share that with the membership after we've really looked at it in detail. And then lastly, is there was a workshop that's coming up in August on August 5th and 6th. It's through Colluminate. They're a national cooperative consulting firm, but they do a lot of food co-op focused workshops. And we've worked with them in the past in different capacities. Anywho, they're having a mighty community markets intensive 2-day workshop. It's called Getting Your Staffing Plan Right. And it's about how staffing and the right staffing plan can really make or break the success of your co-op. So I'm planning to attend that. And I would love for Christina or Elizabeth or whoever's available. I don't think Christina's available, but we'll see. Whoever wants to sit there and attend with me, and we can like take notes. And I'm gonna put together like a deck of what I learned to share to bring it back with the group. It's all online, but it's a 2-day thing. So I'm really excited about that because staffing is something that we've talked about um a lot, and creating the right staffing plan for a mini market and scaling that into a larger store, and just also understanding the right training that's necessary and all those things. So we have the resources, we have High Falls, we have sources like Culminate, FCI, and all these things. So it's really just about gathering it, synthesizing it, and putting it into a plan that works for us. And yeah, so I'm excited for that. And I'm excited to share what I learned with you all and with our membership and how we can translate that into our mini market development. So that's it. Sorry for that. I'm gonna go on mute. The ice cream truck's coming.
Fantastic. All of that is such great stuff. Thank you so much, Siobhan. And so it looks like we would be normally going into an open forum. However, this time we are recording the meeting because of technical difficulties at the beginning. So we'll be sending this out, and you'll have an opportunity as members to respond via email. So we'll make sure that we'll record your responses and your questions and your concerns. So that would normally be the next 15 minutes, but since we'll be doing it in a more sort of asynchronous manner, I think we can probably close and go into our council portion, closed council portion. So anything else?
Yeah, is there anything that you wanted to add, Christina, before I stop the recording?
No, I think this was really good. I like the flow of the meetings, and I hope these updates were helpful for everyone. And we look forward to hearing your responses in the messages or DMs or however you reach out to us to give us some feedback. We're all ears.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
See you in the next open council meeting.
All right, thanks. Bye.